Hey guys, GamerJeep here, and welcome back to the Stanley Parable. In this episode, we're gonna not obey anything he says. So we're gonna not do anything he says in this episode. By the way, in the last video, we obeyed everything he says. Now we're gonna disobey everything he says. So yeah. Okay. Okay, disobey.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Hey again,
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Memo, yes. Yes, indeed. Maybe.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Yes. Truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Disobeying, sorry.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her.
Is it who?
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. Oh,
Wife?
Right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Who the heck?
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife?
Yes.
They want to commit their life to you. I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Going somewhere else.
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
Jeez, okay. Who's? She's creepy.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named
Markiplier. Markiplier does not like mannequins. Good morning, employee 427. Press C on your keyboard.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow.
Yeah?
He has a job that demands
Not
nothing
boring.
of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Please press R.
Look at him there, pushing buttons.
Pushing
doing
buttons.
exactly what he's told to do.
But that
Now
wasn't
he's
here
pushing a
before.
button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home.
Yes.
Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
I think I know what's happening.
But in his mind, in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures.
I remember this part of my office.
Stanley dreamed of wild
it's gonna turn
expeditions
into
into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Please press U to watch TV.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Please press M to spend time with the boys.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either.
Yeah.
At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Please press O to prepare for dinner. Okay.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls.
Yeah.
Down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Please press 5 to tell your kids a story.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head, he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end.
That's going to happen
always
in the
feel
series,
free.
I guess.
Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Please press 8 to tell your wife I love her. You love her. Gone.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be?
Yep.
In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets. The more he forgets which life is the real one.
Please press M to go to sleep.
And I'm trying to tell him this. That in this world, he
That
can never be
bed?
anything but an observer. That as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Disobeying. Sorry.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Please press L to question nothing.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time you'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again.
Please die.
And Stanley pushed a button.
Button.
And I tried again. And Stanley
Pushing
pushed
buttons.
a button.
I'm dead. I died. I'm actually gonna do another ending because I'm actually gonna do another ending today. Stuff is different.
All of his co-workers were gone. What
Things
could
are
he do?
different.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
It's
Perhaps
normal.
he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
gonna
he
go
entered
right
the
ahead.
door on his left. This was
I'm gonna
not
go
the
back to
correct
the
way
phone.
meeting room,
Maybe there's
and
something
Stanley
else
knew
at the phone,
perfectly
I don't
well.
know.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee
Probably.
lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No. Nope. Nope.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
You're
I
not?
realize that investing
Seems like
your
it.
trust in
You
someone
are.
else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you
Yes, my fake mother, that's a mannequin.
Please,
I mean, my
stop trying to
fake
make every decision by yourself.
wife, that's a mannequin.
I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley.
The frame rate.
Your
man.
chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do to reach out to her. Oh, no, you can't. Did you just unplug the phone? No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check.
Well, I can do this, so I can do
Definitely here,
it.
clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits.
That did not happen.
Picking up the phone
You're
is
lying.
actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is
You're
that even
lying.
possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
How do you know?
I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think
People
I've
over
been
the
letting you
internet
run
can't see
around
me,
in this
'cause I
game
don't
for
have a
so
webcam.
long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice.
Steven?
He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens
But why
of
would you-
impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house.
I would probably
Which choice
do
would you make?
the other thing.
Remember
Tell me in
that
the comments
unlike
below
here, the real world
which
makes
one
sense.
would you do?
And at no time should you make
Other
a
one.
choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself
Fish.
speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
My goodness. What time is it? I'm supposed to have a back sack and crack. Is that what it was?
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the
I would not
best
do that.
part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside.
My
At
star?
this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
What happened?
Welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has
Danger
begun
everywhere.
to deteriorate as a
Danger
result of
everywhere.
narrative contradiction. But
Danger
not to
everywhere.
worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
So we're going back now? Okay. I guess.
Now that we know your
Dang
choices
it.
are meaningful, we can't
Thought I
have you
did it.
jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Okay. I think I have been recording this for a long time. Long.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world. Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Nope.
No! Why did you do that?
Oh, look at
Quickly,
that.
hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Okay.
It's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what?
I don't
What
like
did you
you.
get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it?
I know way.
To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back
If I
to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever. Reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do?
Keep me here. I'm gonna try to do this.
No, I have to.
No,
I
you
have
don't
to
have
shut
to.
the game down.
You don't
I
have to. You don't have to.
I have to.
You don't. Okay.
I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You. Who thought you were so clever. Now look where
What's
we
over
are.
there?
My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny?
Yes.
You just had to see?
Just
Didn't I impress
just
upon you
for
how important
entertainment,
it was
man.
to be like Stanley?
You don't know I'm a
He
YouTuber.
actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it.
Yeah.
That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child.
I'm not a child. Well, I am.
My story.
Because in real life,
If you'd
I'm
just
young,
gone
so.
through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have
I
destroyed
knew
it
that.
and been
I knew that.
victorious. It would have been
Because I
so
already did it.
perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard.
What happened?
Is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be
Are you
up to the
kidding me?
task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, fine. Gosh.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping
looks
inside
weird.
his manager's office,
It's different.
Stanley was once again
Where's her
stunned to
gun
discover
on the
not an
panda's
indication of
head?
any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Night Shock 115. Night Shock 115. Night Shock 115.
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Night Shock 115.
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
Night Shock 115. Can you hear
Okay,
me?
fine. You're not going to do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for
I would
his
never
choices.
respect you.
He knows what it means to take a story
You're just a
seriously.
narrator.
If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why
A
did
mean
you come
one.
here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak.
Because
Say
I wanted
something
to.
me. Explain yourself, you coward.
When Stanley came to a set of two of
Oh my gosh!
entered the door on his left.
Hi, Stanley. That's what I look like.
Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please.
Oh my gosh.
I need you to make a choice.
The end?
I need you to walk through the door.
Credits! Oh, okay. I'm gonna leave this episode here. And, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, completely demolish that like the gamer you are. And I'll see. And wait, subscribe. And subscribe. And I'll see all you gamers out there in the next video.